weather looks nice today. Remember that issue I had with the glass on my camera? It took them until today, or yesterday technically, to actually get back to me. Look how long that's been, so I guess I'll get it all fixed up and stuff today, even though it's technically, from the sounds of it, a manufacturer issue per se in terms of quality control. And with that in mind, what was going on today? Lots of health related news. That seemed like the theme. How about this first one? This one says, UK tries cancer meds by drone. The UK's National Health Service has launched the world's first trial to deliver chemotherapy via drone, a move that could make retrieving cancer treatment cheaper, more convenient, and less taxing on patients and the environment. I want England to become a world leader in cancer care, and using the latest technology to deliver chemo by drone means patients will have quicker, fairer access to treatment no matter where they live, said Sajid Javid, the UK's former health secretary. And as they say, compared to, traditional methods like a car, a ferry, or hovercraft, it says repeatedly making that 3 to 4 hour round trip journey could be taxing for anyone. But it's not hard to imagine someone going through chemotherapy downright dreading it. And of course, this is supposed to solve it, I suppose, and it is a trial, as they say, and it says NHS has now launched a trial that will use medical drones built by British startup Appian to transport chemotherapy from Portsmouth to St. Mary's Hospital on the Isle of Wight. The flight will take just 30 minutes, and once the drugs arrive, hospital staff will distribute them, meaning patients won't have to leave the island to get their cancer medications. And as they say, this will be used more than just, these cancer treatments, where eventually when they develop the system, they'll use it for other things as well. So I guess that's great to see. And in terms of health topic, this was kind of fascinating in terms of the contrasting, scenarios in different places around the world. Here in Canada, I've been reading how they're, debating about approving the COVID-19 vaccines for young kids. Like this one says, Canada could approve first COVID-19 shots for youngest kids this month, according to, the feds, it says here. And apparently they will throw away, a bunch of them because a lot of people just aren't, taking them. It says, federal officials say a COVID-19 vaccine for Canada's youngest children could be approved as soon as this month. Health Canada tweeted Tuesday that it expects to reach a decision by mid-July on whether to approve Moderna's shot for children between 6 months and 5 years old. Moderna has applied for its vaccine to be given in 2 doses, each a quarter of its adult doses administered about 4 weeks apart. So when it comes to other places though, that's what was really interesting. Like this one here, apparently in this area, they actually, suspended vaccination for people under 13 years of age. And it was kind of interesting. This one related to Pfizer, where they demanded some information from them within 48 hours, and if they couldn't provide it, then that's it. It says here, justice gave rise to protection and suspended vaccination in children under 13 years of age. Judge Alessandro Riccari gave rise to the appeal for protection presented by the lawyer Maximiliano Ditone and suspended vaccination against COVID-19 in children under 13 years of age, as long as a series of conditions are not met, according to the sentence to which he agreed. The Ministry of Public Health will abide by the decision, but will appeal. You have 3 days to do it. That's apparently what, the judge said. So what do they want? Apparently they wanted, details and information about things like the vaccine and data and stuff like that. It says the magistrate ordered the immediate suspension of the vaccinations against SARS-CoV-2 to children under 13 years of age, under conviction of contempt, says the ruling. The suspension will continue until certain conditions are met. One of them is that all purchase contracts for these vaccines be published or published in their entirety and without proof, as well as any document attached to them, especially all those that detail the composition of the substances to be inoculated. I think that's the interesting thing too about this, where I know in a lot of countries, you actually don't know what the contracts are between, a manufacturer and the government. They're all redacted, so it'd be kind of interesting if that comes up. It says another condition that the ruling requires is that a text be prepared to be supplied to those responsible for minors who are vaccinated that fully and clearly informs about the following points: the composition of the injectable substances, so they want all the ingredients, the benefits of the vaccines, the risk you have with details of their nature, probability, magnitude, and if possible, time of occurrence. Clarify that the substance only has an emergency authorization and not a definite one. Explaining in simple terms what difference these 2 types of authorizations make in a specific order to the private weighting of the aforementioned risks. that the adverse effects already detected be detailed in their entirety, periodically updating this information. The controls to which the state is obliged by Art 2, Inc. 5 of Law Number 9202. The MSP is going to obey and appeal the decision according to what the Undersecretary of Health, Jose Luis Sadian, told the El Observador. He has 3 days to appeal. So I guess the general gist of it is they wanted to, I don't know, have like a similar guideline or whatever to have kids, I guess, get the vaccine, and they're asking for all the proof, all the details, all the contracts, all the datas and so forth, so be transparent, I suppose, and apparently they didn't make the deadline. So it makes you wonder if they're gonna have to exit, I guess, the country with that. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like when you as a company just go, here it is, like everything's there. Although apparently this isn't the first time this has happened, where I've been reading stories before where in India, for example, they demanded more information and trials, and they basically said, no, we're not doing it. So instead of actually giving it to them, they've abandoned the market, which is pretty huge. Like this one says, Pfizer drops India vaccine application after regulator seeks local trial. Pfizer Inc. said on Friday it had withdrawn an application for emergency use authorization of its COVID-19 vaccine in India after failing to meet the drug regulator's demand for a local safety and immunogenicity study. So it's kind of interesting with the different perspectives around the world. Some places they're more, I guess, lenient, like, okay, whatever, let's just try this. Whereas some places are more, give me all the details, we're gonna verify like the information, that type of thing that you claim. So it's kind of interesting to see what happens here, especially like I said, with those redacted contracts and stuff like that. It'll be kind of fascinating to see what it actually says. To leave the phone with them for a while too. At first I was thinking of flying the drone to kill time per se, but then I need the phone. So maybe I'll just do some shopping. You want to see some stores? right, see you guys later.